Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to Canis' defense of Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. Yes, we're at this part. Continued from last time. I don't know why you would click on this one and not all the others, but... Canis' defense.
Perhaps you might begin by explaining what you believe my motive to have been. I never knew this knight. I had no connection whatsoever. Now, this is the case. Why would I possibly wish him dead?
Beat you in chess.
Could it be you're suggesting that it was my canine companion who had the motive instead? Helmet only bears his fangs when I tell him. Yes, just throw the chess diagram at that second statement. No idea who he is. Not so bloodthirsty that I would kill a man I did not know.
I mean, when he puts it that way...
An assassin who only kills his acquaintances. Not the soundest business model, I agree.
My work required me to deal with strangers, of course, but murder for its own sake, that's not my style.
So I need to prove a link between Knight and Canis. I should go over the evidence again and see what I can discover.
A chessboard.
They were chess friends. No,
Chess
spot is chess. Throw the diagram
no
or whatever.
connection
that
whatsoever. It's like, oh, Willie?
What about this? Like, I don't know. Be like, stuff comes in the mail. I have no idea.
Objection!
You're getting sloppy, Mr. Canis. God damn. You may have trained your dog to clean up your mess, but some things still require a human touch. We found this in the victim's room. It's the record of a game of correspondence chess. What's more, the game depicted matches the game laid out on your board.
What?
The number of possible games he could have calculated to be 10 to the power of 120, and that's on the low end.
Wait, so that's 10 times 10, 120 times over, right, 100, 1,000... I give up. I mean, what do you even call a number that big?
A vanishingly unlikely coincidence, that's what. Now, tell us why you killed Knight. Unless, that is, you would prefer to explain the coincidence.
Well, they do say that truth is stranger than fiction. It is, as you say, a coincidence.
But that's totally impossible. We just proved that.
A coincidence of a different kind, child. I never imagined my correspondent was the victim, you see. Yet here we are, Helmet is as surprised as I am. Aren't you, Helmet? Yes, yes.
The two have some sort of connection? Why was it updated? That's basically what I already said.
Suppose there's nothing for it but to finally tell the truth, boy. Yeah, the person is still gone to the odds, you see. There was a show of some sort, I believe.
Also, you are quite quiet.
Well, he's a quiet man.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's that, or it's one of the other 10 voices I rotate.
Yeah,
Want something new, it's gonna be quiet.
That's okay. I just didn't know if that was intentional or if, you know.
It's the only way I can do that voice.
Okay, sorry.
I can try to make it louder.
No, you're fine. You don't have to.
Here I was, minding my own business, when in comes Helmet, dragging a corpse of all things. I had quite the shock, not least because the murder weapon was still in the poor fellow's neck. Of course, I was none too keen on becoming a suspect, so I had Helmet take the body to the workshop. Once there, he removed the murder weapon and brought it back to me, just as I had asked.
The dog pulled out the murder weapon in the workshop.
Indeed he did. Moving it here would have made an awful mess after all.
You know something? That makes total sense. Remember what Mr. Sawit said, Mr. Edgeworth?
That huge black dog
Huge.
had snuck his terrible teeth into the victim's throat. What did you just say? He was hellish, utterly hellish. That beast, awful beast, he killed him. I see. So what Mr. Sawit actually saw was Helmut removing the murder weapon.
Precisely. I can't say I wasn't a little disappointed that you were spotted, of course. Silly boy, it's not like you to slip up like that, is it now? There you have it. That is about all there is to tell. Killed the man. At most, I am responsible for the removal of the weapon. Now, will that be all? Poor Helmut is growing restless.
Objection!
Sorry, but if you could entertain us for just a little longer, Mr. Kane.
Bender,
It's time for him to actually do stuff. No offense, Paleo, but I don't think you've quite told us everything. I'm sure we'd all like to know why you thought you needed to pull the chisel out in the first place.
he's right. It makes sense that he would move the body to avoid suspicion. But Canis had no reason at all to recover the murder weapon.
So the mute one isn't as dumb as I thought.
Please answer the question, Mr. Canis.
It was because of the bell. The one attached to the chisel and the one around Helmut's neck. A very distinctive design, if you will.
Of course, they were something of a trademark of yours, were they not?
I don't get it. How does that even work?
Body had Harmo Canis, the blind butcher. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. The last sound his victims would ever hear.
You flatter me. Though it's been some years since you last saw one of them, you remember them well.
Your knife and its attached bell were one of the pieces of evidence seized in your case against you.
Yes, it was. But one of my bells, one of only two in existence.
Just two?
Two and only two. One for my knife and one for my beloved Helmut, exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. My ears are my guide, after all. And I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me.
It's only the two bells. One is attached to Helmut the dog, the other to Canis' knife, which was seized by the police during his arrest. So
Police
why is
had it, and then now all the evidence from his case is here because the warden was grilling him about something.
yeah.
She had all the evidence from his case. So his bell would have been in the prison.
Right. I don't know if he had
So
the
we're trying to
specifically
frame a
evidence for-
murderer with with a murder, be like it was the assassin. Helmut brought the body to my cell. I was rather surprised to hear a familiar sound. First, I was sure that a knife had been used to do the deed. But no, a chisel, an ordinary chisel.
It's certainly no assassin's blade.
Nonetheless, the bell would have suggested my involvement. Compounding the matter is the fact that I am the only person in this prison permitted to use such tools. It was clear that I would become the prime suspect. And so the chisel had to be removed and hidden.
Hold it!
You still claim that all you did was have the dog move the body, that you had nothing to do with the killing.
How could I? I told you, the chisel is not mine. You need not take my word, Mr. Edgeworth. Why not have it checked for fingerprints?
Eustace.
Huh? Me? But I don't know how to check prints.
Get forensics.
Alright, wait. Wait. You got them fingerprints, they're Mr. Knight's.
And Mr. Canis's?
Nope, just Mr. Knight's. Oh, and forensics said there are no sign of any prints have been wiped off.
Only Knight's fingerprints. This isn't good.
Should I get them check again? Now do you see? I have never so much as touched that chisel. Helmet carried to his mouth, that is all. Therefore, any prince must belong to whoever had it last.
Ugh.
So the murder weapon belonged to the victim? Ooh, that's not helpful.
They said I've not touched the chisel. Cannot be. Just lagged out for a second on me. There we go. Therefore, I cannot be the killer. Or do you wish to suggest otherwise?
I've got nothing to counter with. But what could this mean? Is he not the killer after all? Is he actually telling the truth? No, he can't be.
It's a criminal.
I'm sure this goes without saying, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you do not find a solution to your current predicament too quickly, I will have little choice but to relieve you of your badge. Even my patience has a limit, and I will not tolerate you throwing this investigation into chaos. Am I clear?
You don't know, sir. She's serious. I hate to admit it, but the fingerprints turn everything on its head. Without more evidence, I'm back to square one.
Wait, something doesn't add up. A few things, actually. What would Mr. Knight have needed a chisel for?
Do a lot with the chisel, child. Break out of prison for one.
Alright, then how did he get it in here? In his chest set? There's no way the guards would let him bring a super sharp tool in with him, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Hey, Earth to Mr. Edgeworth. Can't stand there hemming and hawing just because of a little setback. The important thing is finding the truth, you know. Doesn't matter how we get there. As long as we save Simeon in the end, we can't give up now, or ever.
Yeah, what she said.
I'll second that. You won me around with that, Kay. I'm half tempted to offer you a job for real. So like I said, the defense never rests. Or rather, like your pop said, what do you think lies at the heart of those words, Miles? Any guesses?
The heart of those words.
It's like this. As defense attorneys, our client's fate rests on our shoulders. We're the only ones they can turn to. Simeon's our client. We're the only ones who can save him. So we can't rest, not while he's counting on us. I'm not about to turn my back on your old man's legacy. Are you?
I'm an associate with the defense now. No, I'm an associate with my father's firm. It's the role I have chosen, and that means that if I fail to save my client, I have failed in my duties. I will honor my father's vision and save Simeon's Saint.
Bro,
No matter
it's straight
what.
up a defense attorney. All in.
Going all in on this.
Jazzed up.
I cannot admit defeat. If one path is blocked, I must simply find another.
There we go. That's the Miles Edgeworth I know. Now let's find that new path forward. We can start by trying to figure out how Mr. Knight brought that chisel into the prison.
Right. How would Knight have managed to bring a chisel in here?
Pocket chest set.
Take that! Secret compartment.
Usually it wouldn't be possible to bring a metal object into this facility undetected.
Because of the security gates, right?
Correct. But we already know that checks at one of the gates haven't been entirely thorough of late. Namely, the gate at the entrance to the detention center.
The gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subjective to a cursory check.
Are you telling me that the chess set wasn't put through the metal detector?
It should have been. Alas, it seems the guards have grown a little lax in the regard of late.
And I took advantage of this little oversight and had Mr. Saint bring in the chisel. Hidden inside his pocket chess set.
That does answer one of your questions. And it suggests that the chisel was indeed Mr. Knight's, and not Mr. Candace's.
Chess set data updated in my organizer.
However, we still have one rather pressing problem to address. That of the security footage in which Mr. Knight was attacked by a dog. How does one explain if Mr. Candace was not the culprit?
Then how do you explain his prints not being on the murder weapon? This one's a real three-piper.
The court, too, finds itself wanting for a satisfactory explanation.
Wait, sir. I think it might be time to show your others show you another one of my secret weapons.
Pulls out his gun.
Introducing secret weapon number 4, Lil V.
Lil V. The hell is that video mixer?
Gives everyone
Stupid
cancer.
name is...
I came up with myself, sir. Anyway, you can use it to analyze the video footage.
An excellent idea. Perhaps then you might finally see that I am telling the truth.
You forgot an eye in his telling.
Telling the truth.
Who knows if anything to be found? If there's anything to be found. But it has to be worth a try.
Alright. Want me to talk you through how to use it, sir?
Seeing as I'm not exactly familiar with video analysis techniques, perhaps I should hear him out.
What do you think?
Me. He's even gonna do mechanics, so I guess you may as well get the tutorial.
Yeah, because, when was the last time you, watched a video, Blue Badger shenanigans? I can't remember.
If you could run me through its functions, Detective, that would be most appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Teach the war.
So basically, you just gotta do what you always do.
Thanks.
Examine anything that catches your eye.
And I can examine things with tea, I see.
Next up, see the controls at the bottom of the screen? Panels on the left and right let you rewind or fast forward. But you can use a middle one to pause. Get used to those, and you're golden, sir.
It seems I can also press E to fast forward or Q to rewind the footage. I can press space to pause.
Wow.
With my keyboard that I keep with me all the time.
When the video is paused, you can go to the previous frame with Q, or the next frame with E.
Or just, the video thing where it has keyboard on it.
Yeah.
Or just use the same control panels I showed you earlier. Lastly, I better explain how to zoom in.
And hands.
Just line up the old cursor with the area you want to take a closer look at. Then use the panel at the bottom right. The little V will do the rest. It's got those 2 expanding arrows right on it. Can't miss it, sir.
But up here I can zoom in by pressing R too.
By the way, even when you're zoomed in, you can still examine stuff just like in regular view. Also, you can make use of previous and next frame. get a good look at what is really happening. The only thing you can't do when you're zoomed in is play the footage, so there's that.
I see. And how do I zoom out again?
Just use the pedal on the lower right again, sir. See how it's gone from expanding to collapsing arrows there? That's because they're zoomed in. And that about sums it up. Now let's fire a little V up for real. Remember, just examine anything that catches your eye, and you'll do fine.
A footage from Knight's holding cell. Other than the victim being attacked by the dog, I can't see what else it might show us. But suppose we're wrong. What could we be looking at instead? Could the person in the footage be someone other than Knight? And if so, could whatever's attacking them be something else too? I should keep both questions in mind while reviewing the footage.
You never know what you're gonna see once you start looking at things up close. Check every detail, sir. You'll find something, I'm sure.
Here we go.
What in this footage seems odd?
Zoom in on the mirror when it's at some point, I assume. That's what we're gonna want to do.
Go back up. Just seeing if his face shows up.
Yeah, I think his face is gonna show up.
See the shape of this thing. This dark
Hand
shadow.
or his pocket or something.
Looks like a polar
Zoom
bear.
in and will it show us more? Zoom in on it.
Oh, wow, it's like on the ground. Or...
Yeah.
Polar bear. Knew it.
Salmon. Salmon that
Perfectly steamed.
Wait, that's... I suspect we may have made a critical error of judgment. What we're looking at here is no dog. This animal is...
A bear.
A bear!
a pig. Sue it.
That's not a dog, it's a bear.
What? So the paw prints from the photo I took.
We're not canine, but ursine.
It's just paw prints made by a bear.
Bear? So could that mean?
Yes, I think it could. After all, who else do we know with such a pet? And if we're mistaken about the creature in the footage, it's not inconceivable that we were mistaken about the person in the footage too.
He was just there to be a body double, and then this bear just hung around his neck like it usually does. He wasn't being attacked at all.
Yeah. He was just dancing around.
Shadow
Maybe there's
boxing with
something
his
in
bear.
It could prove it, sir. Something that shows it wasn't night.
You're right. We can't see the person's face, which means a direct identification is out of the question. But perhaps there's something that can tell us who they are indirectly.
Indirectly? Like the mirror?
Yes, it's certainly worth a look.
So we just gotta look at the mirror now.
Okay. When he first walks up, pause as soon as his hand shows up there. Now zoom in on this hand in the mirror. See if it's got like tape wrapped around it or anything. And it seems to be a hand. Okay. So maybe not the hand. Okay. Keep playing.
Let's see, play a little bit more.
Get anything else shown. More about. Yeah.
Zoom in on that action.
I also got the hat on too.
Got a hat on.
Yeah.
Aha! A guard. Stolen guard.
Alright, examine that.
The figure is reflected in the mirror here too. Is that a hat?
Say, doesn't that look like the hats the guards wear, sir? Oh, jeez. Is that what I think it is?
Have there been any reports of one of the animals attacking the guard recently?
Not that I have heard of.
So this may not be the guard at all, but somebody dressed as one. Perhaps this might shed a little light on the matter of that.
Stolen guard uniform.
Yeah.
Missing anyway, but stolen.
So no guards have reported being attacked by an animal so far as we know. But we did hear about the guard's spare uniform being stolen. Could the person in the security footage perhaps be someone disguised as a guard? Someone attempting to escape without being noticed.
Guard disguise. Guess it could work. Wait, were we just talking about someone?
We were indeed. Someone who seems to have successfully made his escape. We had assumed that it was night in the security footage.
Well, it was his cell. It's hardly a crazy theory.
Perhaps. But now that we know the hole under the bed is no longer the only possibility. Whoever had access to the tunnel could very well be the one caught on the camera.
And who was that, Mr. Edgeworth? Would you care to tell the court who you believe this person to be?
The person in the security footage is.
And they showed his face. It's just like, nah, it's someone else. No.
Look at
I don't think you used to swear.
Selling meat as escape. He has a pet pony.
I believe I know who your guard in disguise is. It is none other than Rocco Caserato, the person who recently escaped from this facility. I'm confident it's him, because he was assigned a polar bear cub as his companion.
The bear in that video is all black.
Indeed, and we have evidence that explains why.
The mud bath
Yeah.
thing that he was doing. He
I'll
hasn't.
find that in
what's
here
his
somewhere. Oh, here.
Well,
Dark mud
yeah, I
pack
guess-
treatment.
Recall, if you will, Mr. Frank saw its testimony. That rubber glove I dropped. Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Oh, of course. That's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. I see. Around what time would this have happened? Let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 a.m. perhaps? The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trace quite like the trance one enters when one slathers an animal with thick black mud. While the circus performance was underway, he was giving one of the animals a mud pack treatment.
That animal could have been.
Indeed, our polar bear.
Mr. Edgeworth, your latest assertion simply introduces yet another contradiction. The footage from the security camera.
I didn't say you could speak. On International Women's Day. No.
Wait, wasn't that yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't know when we record these. No.
Yeah.
It wasn't yesterday. I've been lying. It is Women's Day.
Every day is International Women's Day.
Yeah, get wrecked, man. Anyway.
I fully understand, Your Honor, and your doubts are entirely justified.
I don't mean that literally. I'm just joking, okay? So no one get mad, please.
Mr. Saw mentioned applying the mud pack while the circus performance was underway. And this does indeed introduce a new contradiction concerning the security footage.
It does?
Yes, let's put it this way. When would you expect the footage to have been recorded, Kay?
If it was taken right after he applied the mud pack treatment, it should have been around 9 a.m.
In which case, something isn't right about the footage.
Really? What's that? It's just relative to when it was recorded.
What did you say? 9? It's supposed to have been when it happened, but here it is. It's almost like before 7 in the morning.
Zoom in on that action. That's the part.
Yes.
Take that!
Mr. Sod said that he administered the treatment at around 9 a.m. In which case, the security footage should also show time of around 9. However, the timestamp says 6:42 a.m. On the day of the murder, the prisoners all went out to the yard to watch the circus. All except 3. Mr. Canis, who remained in his cell at maximum security. Mr. Sod, who was administering a mud pack treatment at the workshop. And Rocco Carcerato, who had been awaiting that precise moment to put his escape plan into action. I believe he entrusted the bear to Mr. Sod before entering the tunnel.
He's gonna abandon his bear.
The bear was like, I'm coming for you, Pop. Full sprints.
And the bear then slipped out of Mr. Sod's grasp to run after its human. Mr. Sod would have then left the workshop to pursue the bear, at which point he saw Mr. Canis's dog retrieving the murder weapon from Knight's body. It all fits perfectly, except for the security footage, which should have been recorded at around 9 a.m. However, the timestamp is 3 hours off.
Why would the timestamp be wrong?
Detective, I would like you to take this security camera and examine. Have the security camera examined. Right away, please.
He's just like, why was there a dog in the chisel?
There was a dog on the chisel now.
Dog in the chisel.
Oh no, he's losing it.
Short
Is there
circuit.
gas leak somewhere?
I'm back, sir. I just talked to the guards and... Seems like the time codes can slip on these cameras if they lose power.
What?
I'm pretty old, sir. Yes, the clock stops when the power's off.
Which would mean the power was off for approximately 3 hours at some point.
There was a power room in that other place, so we never couldn't look into, but... It's off due to a 3-hour gap in the footage. This was actually recorded around 9.
No, sir. Remember how Knight denied stealing the keys? No one believed him, considering, well, you know, he kind of like the only suspect. Turns out, that wasn't all he said. He also said he was knocked out cold, just like the other guy.
Which may not necessarily have been a lie.
The other guy knocked him out, took his place, and like... I'm trying to think.
Snuck through the tunnel and just punched them both out.
It's that powerful. I mean, he is a boxer. If anybody can punch them both out, it would be him. But
Yeah.
Darlings, there you all are. How goes the investigation? Is there anything I can do to help things along?
Actually, there might be something we can do for you, Warden Lagarde. The escapee, Mr. Carcerato. I believe he may still be on the premises. He is disguised as a guard. Here's the proof, should you need it. We're reasonably certain that the person captured on tape is our man. And if I'm correct, he might even be right here in this room with us now.
like these guards circling while whispering. Hey, Mr. Costerato would have been wearing a bracelet, right?
It just shows that Edgeworth has facial blindness. If you see someone's in a guard uniform, they all have the same face. All the cops look the same to him. It's like, but then he'll suddenly be like, reveal and take off the hat. It just becomes the other guy.
Yeah.
Yes, a bracelet that could easily be hidden under the sleeves of this stolen uniform. Furthermore, the doors out of the prison proper don't have those sensors that detect the bracelets installed. So if he avoided the doors with sensors, he could simply wait for an opportunity to finally make his escape.
Well, yes, I suppose he could. He'd just have to avoid the workshops and the cells and... Oh my. He's one of you, isn't he? He's here right now.
Look, it's Teddy.
I love that bear. It's so cute.
Hey, balls out, get your mitch off you big palooka.
Thank you, Teddy. Very kind of you to confirm our suspicions.
Dang it, Kev, wasn't for you,
What a thing it is to be loved, huh, Mr. Carcerado? I'm almost envious.
Nobody loves me. Let's apprehend this man.
A moment, if you will. I have some questions for our would-be escapee. If we are to learn the truth, I will need to speak with him, with your permission, of course.
I can hardly say no now, can I? Well, come on then, give me your best shot.
Fire away.
Mr. Carcerado's escape route led directly to tonight's cell. So it's highly possible he has something to offer. Tell me, what were you doing on the day Mr. Knight's body was discovered?
Around the time of discovery.
So it's you guys, huh? You're the ones who found my secret getaway tunnel. How long it took me to dig that frickin' thing? Had me a guard's uniform, a hole dug, and a plan in place, so I went for it on the day you found the guy. And this little guy just had to come right after. Sack of fur was covered in mud too. Had to go back to our cell. We're gonna wait for two if someone had an off night and brought you bums down here.
You claim to have dug that tunnel just now. How exactly did you do it?
Sheer force of will. How? Used everything I could get my hands on. See, hammers, spoons, you name it. Put every dime I had on this cock-a-hammy fixer. What do I got to show for it now, huh? Do not be disheartened, friend. Tomorrow is another day.
There's an outside chance Mr. Carcerado and Knight met face to face just before Knight's death. I should see what other details I can extract from him.
We're extracting details, so I assume press stuff.
Yeah, I assume that's probably the one about his whole plan that he said is the one that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one probably, so.
Hold it!
The uniform. Was that uniform the fixer too?
Sure was. Heard he had something on one of the guards. Had the guy swipe it from a pal's locker.
And were you wearing it when you were crawling through the tunnel?
Nope, when I got dirt on it. Had to hold onto it till I got to the holding cell. Once I was out of there, all dressed up, opening the cell door would have been a piece of cake. Here we go, I think. Freedom beckons. Then the furball here jumps up at me.
Which would be the moment captured on camera. I see. I'd be grateful if you could add that to your testimony.
Should have been a piece of cake in the keys. Yeah, he's the guy who got the keys. Right? That's right.
Yeah, so now we present the key.
Which means he's the guy who's got the guard, which means he's been in that cell before that morning. So what happened then?
You claim that leaving the holding cell would have been a piece of cake, as you put it.
Yeah, you got a problem with that? Because we can make it a problem if you catch my drift.
Do you want to be shot? Even once
Punch
you
you
had
faster
reached...
than you can draw.
Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Even once you had reached Knight's cell, you still had another door to contend with. How exactly did you plan on opening it? Mr. Carcerato, I posit that leaving the cell would have been a piece of cake only because you had the key.
I don't got no stinking cake. I didn't need one. It was a piece of cake because the door was open and walked right out.
Yes, I suppose Knight's cell was vacant by that point. There would have been no reason to lock it. And it was indeed unlocked when I went to examine it for myself. So perhaps when you fully succeeded that day, it truly was unlocked because it was after the murder. But you had attempted to escape previously.
Yeah, the security footage shows when you tried and failed because Teddy caught you.
Which was during the circus performance, before the body was discovered. That holding cell was still locked at the time, because no one knew that Knight had been killed yet. Therefore, you must have had the key to his cell on you. Without it, your escape would not have been possible.
Are you saying, could he have really?
I believe he could, yes. The theft of the keys was, in fact, perpetrated by none other than Mr. Carcerato. He is the one who attacked the guard.
Emerges from the hole and just punches them both out.
Yep.
But not just the guard, Knight too, all to gain possession of the guard's keys.
It wasn't me, you lousy bum. I didn't even know this Knight guy.
After you stole the keys, you went back to your cell to avoid suspicion. And then you waited for the perfect moment to escape. A moment when the prison would be almost deserted. That's right, the moment of the show, just before the discovery of the body. Unluckily for you, that particular attempt was thwarted by your furry friend.
Hold.
That's who, huh? You got proof, genius? Saying you win yet, nah, huh? I knocked that guard out for the count and everybody knows.
Don't play games with me. Knight was as much a victim as the guard in this case. As a matter of fact, I have proof that Knight had been attacked in his cell.
Blood floor.
There's a small cut in his scalp. He suffered a blow to the head.
Yeah, the blood floor, you know that I was in the cell. So.
Yeah. I was just confirming that, yeah, it does say he got a blow to the head. Take that! Blood floor. Which proves where it happened.
We found traces of Knight's blood on the cleanly wiped floor of his cell. What could possibly explain such a thing, other than him having been attacked? And it was you who attacked him. You ambushed the both of them and stole the keys.
Why, I oughta. It's with you, huh? Newspaper wiped that blood up good. Ain't no way you should have found.
Okay, but why did you think you had to wipe it up anyway?
They checked Knight in the god's hands. They would have seen those two never came to blows. That blood would give up the whole game. Ain't no way they don't figure there was a third man in the ring. Plus, once they started sniffing around on the floor, they'd have found the tunnel in a heartbeat.
So you wiped up the blood by yourself. A little more time, so you could wait for a better opportunity. Sadly, the opportunity you sought wasn't good enough. Get you clean of the prison, it seems. Now, hand over the keys.
Bear just leaps. I'm out of here.
PKO.
My job is done.
KO by a lousy stinking bum. Fine, you want keys here? I hope you choke on them.
Okay.
Wait a moment. If Mr. Carcerato here had the keys,
Indeed, Your Honor. Your theory relies on Knight having used the keys he allegedly stole to escape his cell. But that was the only way he would have been able to enter Mr. Saint's cage and be moved to the workshop. Unfortunately for you, we now know that the theory cannot possibly be true.
No! Guess this changes things up a bit, yeah? Now the only person who could have moved Knight's body is the one person who knew about that tunnel.
Oh, you gotta be frickin'.
Mr. Carcerado, you're under arrest. Come quietly now, pal.
Already
I'll
in
meet
prison,
you.
ass. Wait, got the wrong guy to do nothing. Alright, fine. I knocked those two chumps out and I stole the keys. But after that, I wandered back to my cell and waited for my moment. Next time I went to Knight's cell, there was nobody around, and I mean nobody. Plus, his body was found in the workshop. You think I just magicked my way in there or something? Couldn't even got it out of my cell.
Indeed, you only had the key to Knight's cell. You couldn't have left your own cell back in the prison. But Mr. Canis' dog could.
Oh,
It was not you, but Helmut who moved the body from your cell to the workshop.
I get it now. You're saying he wasn't the only con in this conspiracy.
Indeed, one can easily imagine that Mr. Carcerado and Mr. Canis might have worked together. Mr. Carcerado could have killed Knight and dragged him back to his cell.
And then Mr. Canis' dog took him from where they were to the workshop.
There are no restrictions on the animal's movements within the prison. Movement between the detention center and the prison proper, however, is tightly controlled. There was only one possible route, and only you could have taken advantage of it, Mr.
I
Carcerado.
like the idea that you're just like, oh, I'm just hanging out in my cell, and some asshole's animal can just walk into your cell and just start terrorizing you. And just, get out. I don't even know you. Get away from me. Some dog just walks and pisses on your wall and then walks away. It's like, what the hell?
We trained this damn dog. Get it out of here.
Hold it.
I wouldn't be so sure, huh? Maybe there's more of them and you just don't know.
Something tells me that dragging even a single tunnel was arduous enough.
Got that right. You try scraping up more than a hole in the dirt with a spoon. Lucky for me, I didn't have to dig the whole way. Somebody already did a bunch of the work for me.
What? You didn't dig the entire tunnel yourself?
Nope, found it when they put me in that cell. Ran all the way from there to the well of the yard already. Even looked down the well to check it from there. It was the same tunnel, alright. I just made good on what somebody else already started.
Then what was the original tunnel for?
Who knows? You're the one with all the answers, pal. Maybe somebody else tried to break out?
Oh, or maybe the animals dug it. Like to get water from the well or something.
I've heard of more plausible scenarios than that B-grade movie skate.
Well's dry, kid. Ain't no water to be had down there. Oh, come to think of it. The smell. Yeah, always smelled kinda nice down there.
Nice.
Gee, I don't know. It smelled sorta like dessert, I guess.
A sweet scent. Sounds very familiar.
Well,
body.
on the body, yeah.
Body has it. A sweet scent can be detected.
So then we can bring it around and say that
It was the giant ant that dragged him.
probably not. But I think it's possible. I mean, we don't know what's under those tunnels. Only he does.
It's the dinosaurs behind the electric fence.
Yeah.
Journey to the center of the universe. I mean, who knows? Suspension of disbelief. Anyway,
Detective Gumshoe noticed a sweet smell when we were examining Knight's body. With the help of a police dog, we followed the scent of the body and traced its route back to the prison. And that, Mr. Carsarado, was how we found your tunnel. Could that same sweet scent be what you noticed coming from the well?
Very clever, Mr. Edward. You mean to suggest that there's evidence of the body having been moved through the tunnel?
I do. Furthermore, Mr. Carsarado, you are the only person who could have done it. Nobody else had access.
You have our thanks, Mr. Carsarado. Truly. Finally, the truth comes into view. Now, unburden yourself. It is time. Confess your role in this tragic incident.
What? You ain't pinning this on me.
I'm glad to see that we are finally in agreement, Your Honor.
Get this man the needle this time.
Or a heavy blow to the head. Who knows? Oh, if only we were, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Carsarado may have been an accomplice, but not of Mr. Canis. No, he was working with Mr. Knight.
Hold it!
What do you mean?
I do not believe that he moved Mr. Knight's body. Instead, I believe that he lent Mr. Knight the use of the keys he stole.
You gotta be kidding me.
Granted, it seemed likely that he had attacked Mr. Knight. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Mr. Knight was knocked unconscious as a result. And what if he wasn't? What if he and Mr. Carsarado had reached a certain agreement?
What kind of agreement exactly?
They were prison mates.
Mr. Knight was plotting an escape for which he required a means of leaving his cell. And here was that precise means, in the form of keys Mr. Carsarado had just stolen from the guard. Mr. Carsarado himself would need to pass through Mr. Knight's cell in order to effect his own escape. Mr. Knight needed only to shout to alert the guards, and Mr. Carsarado's plans would have been ruined. And so, the two struck a deal.
Oh,
Lady, the only striking I do is with my fists.
My, still you deny it?
so, we're agreeing that we still disagree?
Mr. Knight had Mr. Concerto unlock his cell so that when Mr. Saint had arrived, he could escape into the cage. Mr. Saint was then able to move him into the prison proper just as planned.
Escape from the detention center into prison.
Yes, a brilliant escape attempt way to go into prison.
Uh-huh. And then he took Mr. Knight into the workshop and did the dirty deed.
Objection!
Were neither of you listening? The scent on Knight's body proves that it was taken through the tunnel.
Overruled!
It was moved from his cell to the...
Perhaps if you would let me finish, Mr. Edgeworth. I am not denying that Mr. Knight's body was moved through the tunnel.
But what are you driving at?
Is this a trick question?
As you say, Mr. Edgeworth, the sweet scent shows the route of the body took. However, it did not enter the tunnel from Mr. Knight's cell.
Huh? Then how did it get down there?
There's another possibility, one you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could a body not have entered the tunnel from there?
The well in the yard? Oh yeah, that thing.
Mr. Saint did not take the cage to the workshop. He took it outside. There, he killed Mr. Knight and threw his body down the well. Mr. Canis's dog then dragged Mr. Knight's body here to his owner's cell from the bottom of the well. On that note, I would ask you to recall something. What was happening in the yard at the approximate time of the body's discovery?
The circus show, right? Gina and Simeon were performing for everyone. Wait, Simeon. Ah!
I couldn't trust him. He's part of a very big circus. Now I gotta add that as a
Requirements
cheer.
to work down there.
The requirements are you have to have bloodlust and also be really weird and gross. Anywho. Indeed. And so you see how it must also have been him who disposed of the body.
Judge Cavell is a truly formidable opponent. She so effortlessly adjusted her theory to fit the facts.
I propose that Mr. Knight was taken into the yard, not the workshop. And as we have established, Mr. Saint was off stage for 15 minutes. Ample time to throw the body down the well. I am sure you will agree.
Objection!
Your deduction is impressive, Your Honor. However, even supposing that Knight's body was indeed thrown down the well, you cannot conclusively say that it was during the show. It could have happened at a different time.
Overruled!
My sympathies, Mr. Edgeworth, but it simply could not have.
What?
Mr. Carcerado was using the tunnel at around the time the show began. Mr. Carcerado, did you happen to trip over a corpse while you were down there?
No, place was clean.
If the body had been at the bottom of the well before the show began, Mr. Carcerado would have seen it. However, he saw no such thing. Which makes it somewhat difficult to support your theory. Furthermore, Mr. Knight's body was discovered in the workshop after the show. In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved into the workshop at some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Saint?
Regina.
Well, what do we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
That's Regina.
Regina.
She's made her debut.
If the body did indeed enter the tunnel from the well, things don't look good for Mr. Saint still. Your Honor, your theory is still just that, a theory.
A game
And I-
theory.
And I posit that you lack the evidence to back it up.
I concede that. For the moment, I do not.
May I suggest that we investigate the yard again?
Very well. May the goddess of justice go with you.
Now then, to the yard. Perhaps we can finally put this case to rest.
Uh-oh.
What's that sound?
Crap, it's the fuzz.
Yikes, is there a fire?
Did somebody else escape?
Should we maybe skip town too? Hold it.
Darlings, please, there's nothing to be alarmed about. By which I mean, that's not an alarm, it's the dinner bell. Although I suppose it is rather alarming if you aren't used to it.
Certainly scared the heck out of me.
Sorry, sweet pea, I hope you can forgive us. Alright, you two, back to your posts. Chop chop.
When
As for you, Rocco Carcerato, it's time you went back to your room. Fire, I get the picture. Come on, Teddy, we're out of here.
even after they know that there's a tunnel there in his room, they're still going to put him in the same room. I guess. Whatever, dude.
No, your room back in solitary. Just lock him up again.
Yeah.
Warden the guard. We'd like to take one more look around the yard now.
Oh, darlings, don't you have homes of your own to go to? Visiting hours are over, I'm afraid. Tomorrow,
No, it's imperative that we investigate it right away.
I think we've had quite enough excitement for one day, don't you? Murderers, escapees, so eventful.
Yeah, that's suspicious.
I guess we're home to Betty Buys, isn't it? Yes, yes, it is.
Ugh.
Now, darling, don't make me bore you with all that I am the warden, this is an order nonsense.
Lag.
Oh no. Is it still
Okay, it's
lagging?
fine now.
Okay.
Warden the guard is right. Her word is law here, and we must respect her wishes. Mr. Edgeworth, your investigation of the yard will have to wait until tomorrow. You may keep your badge for now. Matter of your standing can wait. I bid you all good day.
Walks out. What are you waiting for, kittykins? Off you go.
Fine. At least there is a tomorrow for me. Judge Cavell believes that Knight's body was dropped down the well and then taken through Mr. Carcerado's cell to the workshop. But is that truly the case? Do the facts really support her theory? She also seems to believe that Mr. Sate had to be the one that moved the body. But was he really the only one with the opportunity to do so?
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Tomorrow's another day. We'll figure out a way to save Simeon. I know we will.
Yes, we will. I will prove that Mr. Saint is innocent, beyond a shadow of doubt.
Obey, continue. Guess it's a little longer than we thought it was.
Let's have to stop here. Finish
So
it.
start ladder confrontation. No, ladder crimes. Now this would probably be the final ladder. Because they like to have like 2 parts for each of the sections. So
Yeah.
I think that's how it's going. So yeah. This will be
And
the final bit.
crime scene recreation. Are we going to use the cancer rate?
Little thief. Trying to give everybody cancer.
Oh, my skin is melting! Oh.
Here.
Everyone, if you enjoyed this, then liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing are all appreciated. The most important thing, though, that thou must absolutely do is have a nice day.
Adios.
Go to Betty Buys, darling.